Matchday 6 in the Champions League has officially come to an end, and we got to witness some electric football from start to finish. There were some incredible moments in every game, alongside many goals that added up to make for some wild storylines. The league table is getting to a crucial stage with just 2 matches left, and every team will be fighting for as many points as possible. Today we're looking back at all 18 matches from the 6th day of Champions League action to see which teams made the most of the big stage and which sides have almost certainly missed out on the next round altogether. The Champions League has nearly reached its critical point, and the drama is only just beginning. The first slate of games will start with the only draw of the day involving Dinamo Zagreb and Celtic. This match had very few notable chances as both sides were stuck in a deadlock and forgot how to hit the target. The game would end as a 0-0 draw as both sides came away with an important point. The next game of the day would take place in Spain as Girona faced off against Liverpool. Both goalkeepers had very busy first halves with 7 shots on target between the two sides, but no goal that could separate them at the break. It would take 63 minutes for the match to find its first goal as Salah slotted home a penalty to give the visitors a 1-0 lead. That 1-0 lead would hold out until the final whistle as Liverpool picked up their 6th consecutive win of the season. Moving over to Bergamo for the most anticipated match of the day, Atalanta and Real Madrid squared off for an instant classic of a match. It would take Mbappe just 10 minutes to score his 50th Champions League goal in style, but the Ketelara's smooth penalty finish in added time would bring the game level at 1-1 going into the break. The Spanish visitors would get off to a red-hot start in the second half, with Vinicius Jr. scoring in the 56th minute and Bellingham adding one of his own in the 59th minute. Atalanta's second goal would come in the 65th minute after a beautiful strike from Lookman would find the bottom left corner, bringing the game to its final score of 3-2. Real Madrid snapped their 2-game losing streak with this win, while Atalanta are handed their first loss of the season. The next game of the day would be the marquee matchup encounter between Bayer Leverkusen and Inter Milan. The home side had multiple solid chances in the first half but couldn't break the deadlock as the match went into halftime at 0-0. The match was approaching an inevitable end, but almost out of nowhere Mukiele would blast home a shot in the 90th minute, giving Leverkusen a crucial 1-0 victory. Inter concede their first goal of the season and lose their first match, while Leverkusen pick up their 4th win of the campaign. The next match of the day would take us to France, where Brest and PSV Eindhoven faced off in an exciting encounter. The Dutch visitors controlled possession in the first half, but Julien Le Cardinal's far post finish in the 43rd minute would give the hosts a 1-0 lead going into halftime. PSV would generate 0.94 XG in the second half with 70% possession, but the game would end as a 1-0 win for the French side. Brest get their 3rd win in 5 games, while PSV lose for the first time since matchday 1. Moving over to Belgium, Club Brugge and Sporting CP faced off in a great contest for any neutral fan. The visitors would grab the opening goal in the 3rd minute after a tap-in goal from Katamo, but Quaresma's own goal in the 24th minute would bring the game level going into halftime. It looked as if the match would end in a tie after many missed chances, but Nielsen's great run and finish in the 84th minute would secure a 2-1 win for the home side. Taking our attention over to Germany, a struggling RB Leipzig side faced off against a red-hot Aston Villa side. The first goal of the game would come in the 3rd minute from John McGinn, but a Penda's goal in the 27th minute would bring the game level at 1-1 going into halftime. The nicest goal of the day would come in the 52nd minute after a gorgeous strike from Duran from way outside of the box would give the visitors a 2-1 lead. Some beautiful team play from Leipzig would lead to Baumgartner's goal in the 62nd minute, but another gorgeous strike from Barkley in the 85th minute would bring the game to its final scoreline of 3-2. Aston Villa get their 4th win of the season, while Leipzig extend their losing streak to an unthinkable 6th straight match. The next match of the day would take place in Austria as RB Salzburg went up against PSG. The French visitors dominated this match from start to finish and would get their first goal in the 30th minute after a simple tap-in from Ramos. 2 more goals in the second half from Mendes in the 72nd minute and Doué in the 85th minute would seal the deal and give PSG a crucial 3-0 victory. The final match of the day would also be the highest scoring of the lot as Shakhtar faced off against Bayern Munich. The Ukrainian side would take a shock lead after a beautiful run and finish from Kevin in the 5th minute, but it would be all downhill from there. Bayern would respond quickly with a great goal from Leimer in the 11th minute, followed by a clean finish from Muller in the 45th minute to take a 2-1 lead into halftime. A penalty goal from Elise in the 70th minute, a great strike from Musial in the 87th minute, and an incredible run and finish from Elise in stoppage time would bring the game to its final scoreline of 5-1. The first 9 games brought all the excitement, and we still had 9 more to go. The second slate of games would kick off with a thrilling encounter between Atletico Madrid and Slovan Bratislava. It would be Alvarez who would open the scoring with a great curling effort in the 16th minute, followed by another goal from Griezmann in the 42nd minute to give the hosts a 2-0 lead going into halftime. The visitors would get one back from Strelitz in the 51st minute, but Griezmann's second goal of the night would bring the game to its final scoreline of 3-1. Atletico grabbed their 3rd straight win, while Bratislava conceded their 6th straight match. Moving over to France, Lille and Sturm Graz faced off in a great match full of goals and chances. The hosts would grab 2 quick goals just before halftime, but the Austrian visitors would get a goal of their own with just seconds left in added time, making it 2-1 going into the break. Biereth would score just 2 minutes into the second half, but it would be substitute Haraldsson's attempt that would decide the match at 3-2 for Lille. The French side grabbed their 4th win of the campaign and look incredibly solid at the moment. The next match of the day would take us to Italy, where an in-form AC Milan side went up against Red Star Belgrade. The host side would get the opening goal in the 42nd minute after a great run was finished off by Rafael Leao, giving Milan a 1-0 lead going into halftime. The visitors would get a goal of their own in the 67th minute, following a beautiful strike from Radonjic from outside the box, bringing the game to a scoreline of 1-1. The game was approaching an inevitable tie, but Abraham's quick thinking and well-timed shot would give Milan a 2-1 lead in the 88th minute of the match. That would be enough for the home side as Milan get their 4th straight win, while Red Star lose their 5th match of the campaign. Moving over to London, Arsenal and Monaco went head-to-head in a critical match for both both sides. The hosts would open the scoring in the 34th minute after some great team play led to an easy tap-in finish for Saka, giving Arsenal a 1-0 lead going into the break. Saka would find a second goal in the 78th minute after a huge defensive error from the visiting side, making it 2-0 for Arsenal. Kai Havertz would get the third and final goal of the night in the 88th minute as Arsenal came away with a convincing 3-0 win. Taking our attention over to Portugal, Benfica went up against a slumping Bologna side. Benfica's goal in the second minute would be ruled out for offside by VAR, and the two sides would remain scoreless going into the break. Benfica would give it their all in the second half, but some solid defending from Bologna would see the match end at 0-0. The next match of the day would be the highly anticipated contest between Dortmund and Barcelona. The visitors were controlling possession and were generating much more on the offensive side, but nothing had separated them as they went into the break stuck at 0-0. The visitors would be the first to get on the score sheet after a beautiful run and finish from Rafinha in the 53rd minute would give Barcelona a 1-0 lead. That lead would last just 7 minutes as Guirassi's penalty in the 60th minute would bring the game level at 1-1. Ferran Torres would tap in a crucial rebound in the 75th minute, but Guirassi's goal in the 78th minute would make it 2-2 with just minutes left in the match. Torres would finish off a beautiful counterattack by netting his second goal of the night in the 85th minute, and that goal would bring the game to its final scoreline of 3-2. Barcelona get their 5th straight win while Dortmund slip out of the top 8 for now. Moving over to Rotterdam, Feyenoord and Sparta Prague played out an intense match from start to finish. Feyenoord would open the scoring in the 9th minute from a great set piece and found their second goal just 1 minute later after some heavy pressing. Feyenoord's third goal would come in the 31st minute after Musa launched a gorgeous curling effort into the bottom left corner, but Rahmani's finish in the 43rd minute would bring the game to 3-1 going into the break. The Dutch side would keep on scoring as Jimenez would grab a goal of his own in the 63rd minute, making it 4-1 for the host side. Sparta Prague would get a goal back after a comical own goal in the 80th minute, which would bring the game to its final scoreline of 4-2 for Feyenoord. The next game of the day would be the marquee matchup between Juventus and Manchester City. Not much happened for either side in the first half, and with no goals between the two, the match went into halftime stuck in a deadlock. Juventus came flying out of the gates as Vlahovic would smash home a header from close range in the 53rd minute to give the hosts a 1-0 lead. Juventus would double their lead in the 75th minute after a beautiful volley from McKennie would find the back of the net, making it 2-0 for the Italian side. That lead would hold until the final whistle as Manchester City drop points yet again while Juventus get their third win of the season. The last match of the day would take place in Germany as VfB Stuttgart went up against Young Boys. The visitors would open the scoring in the 6th minute after a great outside the box goal from Lacomi, but Angelo Stiller's strike in the 25th minute would bring the scoreline to 1-1 for both sides, which would last until halftime. The host side wouldn't take long to open the second half scoring, with Milo smashing his shot into the right corner in the 54th minute to give Stuttgart a 2-1 lead. Stuttgart would find another goal just 9 minutes later after Führig's curling shot would find the top right corner, and Van Goman's effort in the 67th minute would make it 4-1 for the German side. One final strike from Kittel in the 76th minute would be the final action of this match as Stuttgart come away with a convincing 5-1 win. Stuttgart get their second win of the season while Young Boys sink to the bottom of the table. After an incredible Matchday 6, here are the biggest headlines from around the league. Liverpool's triumph over Girona brings them to their 6th straight victory in this campaign, and they have a chance to be the only team to get all 24 points in the league phase. Leverkusen may have gotten away with a narrow victory, but handing Inter their first loss of the season will be a big achievement for the German side. RB Leipzig's disastrous season goes on as they pick up their 6th loss of the campaign while handing Aston Villa a very useful 3 points. PSG have finally stepped up and proven their worth as they pick up only their second win in 6 matches and 3 points that will be crucial for them. Lille's impressive run in this competition continues as they find themselves within the top 8 and with 13 points from 6 matches. Monaco's hot start to the competition has completely stalled as they pick up their second straight loss and sit in a playoff spot for now. Barcelona come away with an impressive win over Dortmund and now have an incredible 21 goals in their first 6 matches. And with Manchester City's loss to Juventus, they have now dropped points in 4 matches this season and are clinging onto a playoff spot with just 2 games left to play. After 6 matches in the Champions League, this is how the league table is looking. Liverpool remain at the top of the league table, followed by Barcelona in 2nd place and Arsenal in 3rd. Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Inter, Brest, and Lille make up the rest of the top 8 and are all level on 13 points. Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, and AC Milan sit at the top of the playoff spots, while Real Madrid sit in 20th place and Manchester City find themselves in 22nd place. PSG are still out of the playoff zone with just 7 points, followed by Stuttgart, Shakhtar, and Sparta Prague. Girona, Salzburg, and Bologna find themselves near the bottom, while Leipzig, Slovan Bratislava, and Young Boys remain without a win after 6 matches. There isn't much time left for any team to score some points, so the next 2 games will be crucial to how the league table ends up. But what did you think of Matchday 6 in the Champions League? What game was your favorite to watch, and who do you think will make it to the round of 16? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more football content, tier lists, and everything in between, and as always, I'll catch you next time.